what is wealth? We know from anthropological studies that the possession of assets has different meanings and consequences in different societies. Take the kula, a ritualized exchange system used in the Trobriand Islands in Melanesia. Two kinds of articles are traded, moving in opposite directions along a ring of islands with a circumference of several hundred kilometers. Red shell necklaces, moving clockwise, and white shell armbands, moving counterclockwise. These items have no practical use and have relatively limited intrinsic value. So should they be considered part of the wealth of their holders? And how should they be evaluated? On the one hand, the holder can't keep them forever, as the kula have to be regularly circulated along the ring, so it would be inaccurate to say that they're owned by anybody, save for the relatively exceptional case of valuables known as kitoms, which are temporarily removed from the flow. On the other hand, the kula are roughly ranked, so that their exchange, even in the absence of haggling, must take place on the basis of a perceived equivalence. Consequently, as a first approximation, we could say that the articles circulated in the kula trade can be considered to be valuable simply because they are evaluated. Looking deeper, we find that for their holders, kula articles are a source of great individual prestige, and trading them leads to the building up of personal renown or fame, so that being included in the kula trade means having privileged access to other economic and relational, political, and so on resources. After all, voyages related to the kula often carry additional goods as well, to be bartered through hard bargaining. From this perspective, then, the kula articles, or maybe one's systematic involvement in their trade, can be considered part of the wealth of whoever holds them at any given time, and consequently it should come as no surprise that they are very unevenly distributed and concentrated in the hands of a few.